Hey guys, welcome to the MMA Brothers podcast, the newest, baddest, and best podcast out there. And let's get it going. Hello guys, welcome to the MMA Brothers podcast. This is Daryl.
This is Asher here.
And we're doing a post-fight recap of the fight that just happened December 7th. The fight card featured Rob Font versus Ricky Simon to start off the card with Cody Stamann versus Yadong, followed by Aspen versus Yana Kunitskaya, Stefan Struve versus Ben Rothwell, Marina Rodriguez versus Cynthia Calvillo, and then finally Alistair Overeem versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. So we're going to start off at the bottom talking about Rob Font's victory over Ricky Simon.
Yeah, so Rob Font, he did pretty well. I actually give this fight the fight of the night because compared to the other fights, this one was actually really, really exciting. Rob Font's stand-up was pretty nice. In the first two rounds, he was piecing him up, even though Ricky Simon had 6 takedowns. Rob Font clearly won this one. In the third round, Ricky Simon had a little bit of an advantage, but Rob Font won that pretty easily.
Yeah, pretty convincingly. And before the fight, if you guys listened to our last podcast, we did fight predictions, and I'm pretty sure I picked Ricky Simon to win because he had only had one loss in the UFC, and that came to Uriah Faber, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he had pretty good motivation and pretty good steam to come into the fight and avenge that loss. But unfortunately, he didn't get the job done. Rob Font is one to keep an eye on for the bantamweight division, by the way. He's has very crisp striking, and he had very good takedown defense. So we're going to move on. Yadong versus Cody Stamann.
So this one, in the beginning of the first round, there was something that went down. I think Yadong was on top of him, and he threw an illegal knee. And you can't do that. And so
he looked pretty distraught after he threw because it wasn't intentional.
He clearly didn't mean to do that. He thought that he was coming up, but his knee was obviously in the ground. And Cody was cool about it. He could have taken the DQ or like a no contest, but he was like, nah, you wanted to keep fighting. And he put on a good fight. Like the total strikes landed were way, way in Cody's favor. And they took a point away for Yadong. But Cody was pretty pissed off at the end of the fight because he thought he clearly won the fight. He landed 5 takedowns. He outstruck Yadong. And they fight in a draw.
Yeah, and Cody was very visibly upset after the fight had ended. And they had asked him, Cody, so what do you think about the fight? He's like, it was a robbery. I clearly won. I got to go to Dana. I've had a long day. I've been training my butt off to get this full paycheck. I'm not getting half my paycheck. So this is going to be Cody when he meets Dana White.
Yeah. So, it's been 24 hours. Got my money? Oh, you know what? Just give me till next Friday. I'll have it for you. Oh, that's funny. I could have sworn I said have it today. Yeah, I don't have it. Sorry. Oh, well, all right then. That's good, OJ. Yeah, that hurt? That hurt? What the hell? Yeah, it don't feel so good, does it?
Yeah. So that's just a prelude to how their conversation is gonna go. But the draw really, it was indicative. I mean, this is what I personally wanted to say this to the people who were judging the fight.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of you. Fuck off out of there. Get out. Out. And one more thing. Get out.
So, you know what I mean? You can't be messing with people's money like that. There's no stat you can pull up that would justify a draw for that fight.
I agree.
Octagon control.
Number one bullshit.
Yes.
Khabib agrees.
Yes. Like, I mean, okay. So that we've spoken about that. We're going to move on to Aspen versus Yana Kunitskaya. Now, for me, I picked Aspen to win the fight, and she did. But the way she did it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, like she was coming on. I don't even know, like her forward movement and the way she was attacking. Like she technically, it was a pretty competitive fight in terms of the stats. But Aspinall had 2 takedowns, and in the third round, when she just came up and literally just ran up and just threw a left hook, I was like, "What just happened?"
Yeah.
Like I've never ever
Yana
seen
just dropped, but
a woman start a fight off like that. Like it was just crazy.
Not even just a woman. Like anyone else, not even men start off the fight. Just run up and throw a left hook. Like
I've seen a lot of guys run up and throw something.
Yeah, a flying knee.
I've seen Verdum run up and throw a flying knee in Travis Brown's face. I've seen Jorge Masvidal run up and knee.
A flying knee.
I know, but I'm just saying you see those techniques happen in UFC, like 5, 6, 7 knockouts in the men's division. But I've never seen a woman just walk up in the beginning of the round, just throw a left hook and drop him. So that was news to me. And it's not even like a sexist thing. I'm just saying it's the first time I've seen it happen that way.
Anyways, you're entitled to your own opinion. But Aspen Lad really put on a display, and she's one to keep an eye out for in the women's bantamweight division.
Yeah, and I think she's still undefeated. But 9-0 now, or whatever her record is. So yeah, we'll keep a lookout for her. And we're gonna move on to the next one. So
Stefan
Struve versus Ben Rothwell.
Now, if you guys had watched the fight, you'd understand there's a lot of controversy with this fight as well. Controversy, not controversy. Sorry, pardon my bad English. So, Struve had been hit to the groin pretty bad. Like, it was bad. Like, it was a front kick, landed right in the area where it's super sensitive. He got 5 minutes. He was rolling on the ground. Rothwell looked distraught. So we're like, okay, it's the first time it happened. Now, it happened again. Like, literally, is it the next round? Or is it in the same round? No,
I think it was in the second round, yeah. The first round, he got hit in the balls, and then second round, he got hit in the same spot with the left body kick again.
Yeah. So, and then he could have easily taken that and been like, nah, like, I can't fight anymore. Mm-hmm. But, he put his balls to the test.
These nuts. Got him.
That's Ben Rothwell every time you hit him in the balls.
I know.
But,
yeah, so, and then Ben Rothwell ended up TKOing Stefan Struve. But, like, in my opinion, man, I don't know. Like, you kick someone in the nuts, they let it go, you kick him again, and he's writhing in pain, and then you TKO him. You know what I mean? It kind of diminishes your win. I get it. And then I was talking to Stefan Struve after the match. I said, Stefan, like, buddy, like, how are your balls?
My balls was hot.
So
definitely hot. Yeah. But the thing is, like, I know Ben Rothwell did not mean to hit him in the piece like so many times, and I think the reason why is because what's his name? Struve is 7 feet tall, right? And I don't think Ben Rothwell is used to throwing his leg up that high to kick the body.
Okay, actually, right? One's okay, but the second one, like, come on, at least adjust.
But also, I want to blame the referee too, because the commentators were upset. I think Cormier and John Anik were talking about this, saying that the referee was telling him, like, hey, I think you're winning both rounds. Like, if you want, like, I can end this fight, but it's going to be a no contest. It's up to you, blah, blah, blah. He was almost kind of persuading Stefan Struve to keep fighting. And so the commentators were saying that's not good. As a referee, you should be non-biased and just ask how the fighter is feeling, if he wants to continue or not, and don't persuade him to continue. So
yeah, because he threw a leg kick and then he hurt himself because Rothwell checked the kick. Do you remember? And that was the beginning of the end for Struve.
Yeah.
Because after then he was like wobbling on that leg and then he started eating shots.
Yeah.
But it was a good fight. I liked it. Other than the groin kicks that drew out the fight, it was a good fight. Struve made a good account of himself. He's a tough guy, and Rothwell came away with the victory. We both picked Ben Rothwell to win, right? Because we said you can't trust Struve.
Yeah.
So we were right there as well. Moving on, Marina Rodriguez versus Cynthia Calvillo. Calvillo came in 4.5 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
Come on. I don't do weight cuts. I'm a big guy myself. I'm not taking anything away from Cynthia Calvillo, but you can't come in 4.5 pounds. That's pretty unfair to your opponent.
Yeah, I agree. Let's ask Khabib what he thinks about that. Hey, Khabib, what do you think about that weight cut?
This is number one bullshit.
Yep, Khabib agrees. Yeah. So, Cynthia, statistically outlanded Marina Rodriguez by over 60 strikes, and she had like 3 takedowns, but the fight ended in a draw.
That's another one. You're like, come on.
Nah, this one, like, but the thing is, like, Rodriguez is putting it on her. Like, in terms of damage, like, Rodriguez was hitting, like, Cynthia.
Yeah, damage does count, but you gotta take stats. Numbers don't lie, man. Like,
I know, but, like,
3-0 takedowns,
bro,
outlanded
the elbows,
60.
the knees, the punches, like,
significant
Calvillo
strikes.
was getting hit with, bro.
Yes, but if you look at significant strikes, it's still in favor of Calvillo.
I know, but anyways, do I think it was a draw? Probably not. I think I would give it to Calvillo if I was one of the judges. But, I mean, it sucks. Maybe she needs to move up to Valentina Shevchenko's weight class. She can't keep fighting at 115 because it's not the first time she's missed weight, and the commentators mentioned that. So it's either she has to get disciplined with her weight and be professional, or move up to another weight class.
And then when I saw these judges just at it again, I had this reaction.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
Every single time, they never cease to disappoint.
Yeah, I don't know what the judges are up to like this weekend. A lot of the judging was pretty brutal. Yeah. So I got one more for you. This is what Christian Bale had to say about the judging.
This fucks up my plan. This is fucking bullshit. Okay? These fucking assholes. These fucking assholes. The fuck is their problem, man? This is fucking typical.
Yeah, if you guys were betting on the fights and you didn't bet on the draws, then kind of lost a little bit of money.
The risky bettors came away with a lot of money. Guys who bet on majority draws. Who bets on? Come on.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're gonna move on to the main
final
event.
The final fight of the night, Mr.
Overeem.
Alistair, the Demolition Man, the Overeem versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Now, this
Big
fight, I don't even know what to say. Overeem was doing so well for 4 rounds. He, I guess they didn't really outstrike him because his strikes were pretty much the same, but he landed more takedowns and he was, he landed more of the bigger strikes, I would say. And we're just going to the 5th round. Overeem just started to gas, and he was doing well in the 5th round too, until the last 20 seconds of the fight. You could tell even the commentators like, yeah, Overeem was looking very, very tired, very, very tired. And the last 10 seconds,
and then, the last 10 seconds, you heard this as I promised.
We're talking about, Mike, that they're just so used to. Oh, we got him with the left fist again! Right on top of the action! Oh, my goodness! Big shot from Travis!
I told you. You're gonna hear.
Yep. There was I actually thought the fights were kind of boring, and then all of a sudden, last 10 seconds of the fight, that happens. And like we said before, Russell Peters told you how this fight's going to end.
Somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
And yes, Overeem got hurt real bad. Did you see his lip? Oh my god.
Yeah, when I saw Overeem's lip, I was like,
I was like, oh my god, dude. It was pretty bad. It was like, the only other time I've seen that happen in the UFC is with Robbie Lawler in his fight with Rory McDonald when he won. He had a split lip too, and Overeem's lip was pretty bad, if not worse. So, it sucks.
Okay, now listen. If that fight had gone the distance, you know what? You would have heard majority draw from the judges once again. And then once again, I would have been like this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of you. Fuck off out of there. Get out! Out! I want more people. Get out!
So that's pretty much wraps up our fight recap. Let us know what you guys think of the fights. Your predictions. Did you get them right? Did you get them wrong? Like, follow, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, MMA Brothers Pod. That's pretty much all I have for today's podcast. You got anything to add, Asher?
Yeah. Again, follow us on Instagram, MMA Brothers Pod. That's MMA Brothers POD. And follow us on YouTube as well. We post our videos there. The podcast format's also available in video. So hit us with subscribe. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, whatever where you podcast.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for listening.
No, we're not done yet, bro. And so, a couple more things. So next week we actually have a banger of a UFC card. December 14th, we got Usman versus Covington. I can't wait for that one. That's going to be a fire card. We also have Max Holloway versus, what's his name? Volkanovski. Alex Volkanovski. We also got
Amanda
Nunes versus, what's her name?
I'm letting you have this one. I'm done. This is all you, buddy.
I'm trying to remember the fights. The Iron Lady, Jermaine Durandamy. There you go. Sorry, guys. It's Sunday morning, so my brain isn't firing at 100% just yet. But, yeah, we got a cracker of a card next weekend, and I can't wait for it to go down.
You know who's on the undercard?
And who's on the undercard?
Platinum Mike Perry.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
Mike Perry. And also Matt Brown's on that fight card, too. So this has been the longest outro we've had so far. But, Daryl, play that song for them. Let them know what's good.
I'm sorry you guys had to listen to my brother talk that long. But just always remember, we're the biggest, baddest, and best podcast out there. And you
Can't touch this.
All right, see you guys.